Cleveland. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Oh, good night, baby. Good night, baby. Good job, D. Good job. Good stuff, baby. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Kaiser now. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. A first down carry now for Crowell. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 57 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So the ball that time in the hands of who wound up being the NFL's rushing leader this season. Now, maybe a little help from Le'Veon Bell and also Todd Gurley sitting out their finales, but still a spectacular season for Hunt.
You're going to throw cold water on the man, just like that.
I said a spectacular season for Kareem Hunt.
Okay, let's accentuate the positive. A third-round rookie out of Toledo led the league in rushing as a rookie. That is cause for celebration, not just in Kansas City, but across the league when you see these guys get their opportunities. And not only did he run it well, he caught it well, and he sparked Kansas City to a 5-0 start to the season and eventually to the playoffs.
Yeah, bright future for him. Total yardage on the ground, 1327, and 11 total touchdowns for Hunt this year. Throwing on third down, Smith. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
They're going to go for it. It's Smith. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. second down, Kaiser. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways, right at the 20. 4-yard. On the completion, and it sets up a third down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Let's go! Quiet now! Let's go! Quiet now!
Play fake. Kaiser. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. He's at the 40. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. Another all-pro play by the all-pro Eric Berry. What makes this guy so good at reading defenses is making pick six plays like that.
Well, we know he's fantastic athletically, can cover sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone, but he does make educated guesses. Great film study, observation during a game, and when he decides to go after it, it usually turns out right.
He had a pair of pick sixes in 2016 and a very memorable pick two against the Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And Crowell lost the football, but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Justin Houston coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Kaiser. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. To throw on third down, Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Well, a design run for their wideout. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So no problems there with that one as they're able to put 3 up on the board.
Yeah, it's pretty much a winless night. There's only a very light breeze, so it's a perfect night for kickers. And like you say, no problems with that one.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Back onto the field come the Kansas City Chiefs. As they look back to this last year, disappointment ultimately in how the season ended, Charles, no doubt. It was a weird year, though. The great start, the weird middle, and then the strong end.
And every team in the NFL documents their season with a year-end, video, movie about the season. This is going to be a tale of 3 seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about the start? Remember opening night in Foxborough, beating the defending Super Bowl champs? I mean, they went on the road and took out the Patriots with Tom Brady, and that got them up to a 5-0 start. And then they hit the middle segment.
Yeah, that 1-6 stretch.
I mean, that was a tough one. It was hard to believe because we watched it unfold, but we kept saying, they'll get it back together. And they did. Down the stretch, 4-0. winning by almost an average of 12 points per game that propelled them to the AFC West title.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. A shotgun snap for Smith. It's Kelsey on the ground. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Browns offensively getting ready to take the field again. If you take a step back, Charles, last 2 years for the Browns, 1-31. Worst 2-year stretch in the 98-year history of the NFL. Everybody knows that story. And the playoff drought at 14 years. Where does this franchise turn?
It's one of the great questions because I was on the record last spring that their draft looked about as professional a draft as you could have. 3 first-rounders. All of them became starters for them. When you think about it, Myles Garrett at defensive end, Jabril Peppers at defensive back, and David Njoku at tight end. All of them contributed. It looked like they were making progress. They've just simply forgotten how to win as an organization, a franchise, as a team. That's the number one thing. Get a win. Get 2 wins, and maybe they can start to turn this thing around.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. They go play action. Kaiser.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He had to go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Smith going to give this one to Hunt. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area. He
hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. Smith into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Smith. It's complete to Chris Conley. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, 72 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him. Interception, just any interception. Are you a little bit more cautious when you start?
Going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
This is Crowell. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. On 3rd down, Crowell. And some room to work. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2006 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as, but still a great game. They'll toss it to Crowell. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Hand off to Crowell. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to have a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Kaiser and the offense staying put. They're going for it.
Come on, let's go.
They'll go with a big bang, Crowell. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout, as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Smith with a give to Hunt. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
To throw on second down is Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Albert Wilson, 48 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Butker on for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a second down throw for Kaiser. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Here's a give to Crowell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Kaiser to throw it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, there's something special about one of those big D linemen bringing it in off the tip there. Really nice coordination.
Very much so, and I think what we've seen, and I'm going to put it at about the last 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, coaches placing a bigger emphasis on ball drills, even for defensive linemen, because possession is so key. When you got a chance to take one away, you want people comfortable with the football, and it paid off there.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Smith. He's going to go deep for Conley. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Following the interception, Kaiser, a screen complete to Crowell. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong.
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. The 40, the 30, the 20, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 88 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back to throw, Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So there you go. Sack number 1 in the career of the number 1 pick, Myles Garrett.
Oh, I can't wait to see how he continues to adapt in the NFL. We know he's got speed. We know he's got length. What kind of change-ups and counters is he going to have to deal with those NFL offensive tackles?
This is taken at the 18. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right around the 26. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down, Kaiser. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. The pitch to Crowell. And he's got some space here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
They keep it with Crowell on first. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. He made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Use speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. Third down here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On third down, Kaiser. Screenplay, Johnson. And he's got room. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
They go back to the ground now with Crowell. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's
now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Rob Parker. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now Hunt, and an alley to run. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run again with Hunt. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run with Hunt, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, after that stop, you know that third down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again? Or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the necessary yardage.
From the 50, it's Smith. Steps away to his left. And some space here. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. McConley's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Caught, Kelsey, left side. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Not a stat we talk about often with tight ends, but Travis Kelsey, he can move it after the catch. 3rd overall in the NFL in yards after catch last season.
Behind 2 running backs, Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson.
Strength and a little bit of niftiness in Travis Kelsey's game.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now Smith, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the kick by Butker is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Check, watch this.
Kaiser on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Now it's Crowell. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Again, it's Crowell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Now it's Smith. Over the middle here to Wilson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Smith. And Robinson with a big catch. 2 big plays in succession, and Kansas City's on the move. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Smith now to throw. And to the left side here, Wilson. 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to work.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of... And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the that's right up their alley.